Hi guys. Um, with millions and millions of reactions to Charlie Kirk's fatal, as you know, his fatal shooting assassination, there's copious content online that shows how horrible and demonic people are, and there was some footage circulating where um, Charlie Kirk's shooting had been announced on TMZ, and then when his murder, moments before his murder was or his death was officially confirmed, there was cheering in the back, of the TMZ offices, and the TMZ, the owner or the founder of TMZ, Harvey, steps up, does a video where he's doing a mini apology tour where he's explaining that the reason people were cheering wasn't about the death of Charlie Kirk, and he's trying to sanitize the blowback on the internet. Look, we've seen a lot of demonic reactions or responses online, but this one, is like it's something to kind of let you know the kind of people who work and run these media outlets, and the kind of people who gravitate towards the media are largely left-leaning people, and a large portion of them have very left-leaning policies and sentiments, and they just can't help themselves. So we're going to play this apology video first, all right, knowing that what they're about to tell us is total nonsense, is a lie, and we're just going to see a video that proves that it's a lie. So let's take a listen.
We were live streaming all day during this tragedy when something happened in our office. As we were reporting the assassination of Charlie Kirk, there were some people in the back room away from our news desk here who were watching.
Some people, they're your employees, so from the get-go, you can see that he's doing his very best to distance himself from his own employees. That's just rich.
Watching a car chase, and they were laughing.
Hold on.
They were laughing. They were in the back room away from our news desk here who were watching a car chase, and they were laughing, they were clapping, and you could hear it out here. And we want to make a couple of things clear. One is that I know these people, and they were not laughing, they were not reacting that way about Charlie Kirk's assassination. They were not. They would not work here if they did.
Yeah. We'll take your word for it.
And that being said, we acknowledge that it was horrible timing, and for that we are sorry.
No, it's not. Saying you acknowledge it was horrible timing means that this was intentional. You guys just gave yourselves away. Like saying we acknowledge it was horrible timing. What do you mean by horrible timing? Horrible timing is when you do something at the wrong time. And so you're basically acknowledging subconsciously, like when people try to tell a lie and they try to kind of embellish it and reinforce it, they just show their hand. We acknowledge it was horrible timing. You say that when the person did the thing that you're talking about, but you're saying, well, they did it, but it was horrible timing, and it showed up on our live stream and revealed that our employees are basically horrible people. Yeah, I mean, in my opinion, that's what this means. Okay, so leave a comment if you think I'm pushing it too hard. I'm not giving them the benefit of a doubt. Aren't you a Christian? You're making them look horrible. Look, I'm 48 years old. I've lived on the earth long enough to know when someone is telling me a load of crap, and I've been lied to enough times to tell when I'm being lied to.
We apologize. We apologize that you had to hear that.
And I get why, if you're watching the stream, you may have felt that that's what the laughter was about. We assure you it was not about that.
Yeah, your assurances are going to make us believe, oh, yeah, it's fine. We believe you.
But it was horrible timing. And
By the way,
Again with the horrible timing. Now, keep that in mind. Timing, okay? Timing, because that's what we're going to watch next after this, to show you the timing, okay? To prove to you that these guys just lied and they just can't cover it up.
get it too, and he gets it because we listened as we were talking.
You can go back and look on the stream. I actually walked off camera to go back and find out what the hell was going on because it was inappropriate for the laughter at that time. But no one was laughing about the Charlie Kirk tragedy.
Nevertheless, we apologize for the way it sounded.
Now, you work for a media agency. You know that what you're doing is going to bleed into a live stream. But when you do something that excites you to the point that you can't help yourself, okay, and could cost you your job, I don't know. So they had this nice apology tour. And then there's this video by Peggy Bolton. Okay, find her account, give her a follow. I love what she did here because she did the work for us. So we're going to listen to what she has to say. Okay. Now, the amazing thing is this. TMZ has made their name because they have cameras everywhere. They have cameras everywhere, and they could have compiled a timeline, covering what the people were watching and the time that the applause and the roar of approval came in on the live stream and said, here's what was going on, because they made their name doing that to other people. So they could have run that same scenario for themselves, but they didn't, because do you know what? There was no way they could prove it. So Peggy Bolton does this, and she puts this up. She said, it says TMZ lied. They were cheering at the news that Charlie Kirk had just been assassinated and confirmed dead. So there's a comment up here. Here's the easiest way to prove it. There are security cameras and cameras everywhere in there. Post a video of the cameras on the people watching the chase and their applause. It's a very simple way to prove it, not standing and giving us an apology tour. Okay? Now, let's listen to Peggy do the math for us.
Oh, I don't need TMZ's cameras. There's nothing I love more than a good investigation, and I'm coming to you guys with the receipts.
Janet, go.
So that's the point where the cheers were coming in. All right.
Go to have somebody look at the Fox. Trump just posted that Charlie Kirk is dead. As we were reporting the assassination of Charlie Kirk, there were some people in the back room away from our news desk here who were watching a car chase.
Exhibit A, the alleged car chase that they were watching.
Right there on the banner below, you can see it started in Temple City, and we saw that. Go ahead, Philip.
Well, I wanted to let you know that President Trump has said Charlie Kirk has died. So that is the breaking news that we are likely about to have with ABC News.
Exhibit B, the giant clocks around their office. Exhibit C, don't worry, you won't have to do the math because I've done it for you. Timestamp, time. It is 1:07 and 15 seconds in the afternoon, with the timestamp on their video of 3 hours, 42 minutes, and 5 seconds.
For 3 o'clock in Utah time, which is 2 o'clock Pacific.
Exhibit D, we have the cheering starting at exactly 4 hours, 17 minutes, and 15 second mark, which is a difference of 35 minutes and 10 seconds. So if you take the timestamp plus the clock saying it was 1:07 and 15 seconds, add 35 minutes and 15 seconds, what time would you have? 1:43. So they technically were watching a car chase video. What do you think they were cheering for?
People in the back room away from our news desk here who were watching a car chase, and they were laughing, they were clapping, and you could hear it out here. And we want to make a couple of things clear. One is that I know these people, and they were not laughing, they were not reacting that way about Charlie Kirk's assassination. They were not. They would not work here if they did.
All right, so that is them lying. But when you look at the math, you see that, their employees were rejoicing about the murder of Charlie Kirk. The internet is doing what the internet does. It just shows people it shows you who people really are over time. And TMZ is yet another company that has been chock full, infiltrated by people who embrace leftist philosophy, ideologies, and they vote left, heavily vote left. So, why am I showing you this? Okay, I'm showing you this because it is just one of those many companies out there that have been taken over by people who embrace leftist ideology. We have gaming companies that have people who celebrated Charlie Kirk's murder. We have tech companies with people who did the same. We have schools, colleges. We have pilots who did the same thing. We have them in the military. They're all over the place. And so you realize that, look, the problem that we see on the internet isn't an internet problem. You can see these people in real life with real jobs who actually believe that it is justified to murder someone because they have a different political opinion or a different philosophical opinion or spiritual opinion other than them. And they would cheer if that person who holds a different opinion was murdered. All right. Now, what next? All right. Take note of this and know that those of us who have decided to be silent about, speaking up our convictions and speaking up about things that we believe, that time has passed. All right. This final action was to ensure that you keep quiet because, first of all, they said, if you come up with your proposition, we will mock you and shame you. And when that didn't work, people like Charlie Kirk stood up and says, well, no. They said, well, we're going to, frighten you because we're going to take everything you own away from you. Charlie Kirk, in that environment, built a multi-million-dollar company that went into colleges to debate students and the ideologies that their college professors had been feeding them, and did that successfully. And then there are others that have equally come out in the conservative movement to create content and help people understand that conservative values are the values that Western civilization was built under. And then we have them assassinating Charlie Kirk to terrorize us. So that is a subtle message to you to say, if you raise your head up, we're going to knock it off. And that is terrorism. And so you need to know that, people who celebrate the murder of people who believe just like you are everywhere. And so it's time for you not to be quiet. It's time for you to get up and step up and make your voice heard. Do it online. Don't if you feel like, okay, this is wrong, call out TMZ and tell them, look, you guys have lied. And to be honest, it's time for them to get the Bud Light treatment. Anyone who streams their content, time to just boycott their content because they're liars. They've employed people that hate you, and if they hate you, they don't deserve your money. It's as simple as that. And then finally, this is my usual call to action in this period. Look, you need to go out and create your own content, create your own empire, create your own business. Build something that would outlast you and that will be a blessing to your children and grandchildren. So, hey, get up and create content. Get up and start a business. Get up and start, reaching out to people and helping them. Do something, in honor of the calling that God has put in your heart. That thing that God has put in your heart, it's time to step up, pick up your courage and do it. If you've watched this long, thank you so much. I consider you a super fan. I would ask for you to consider subscribing, liking, and sharing this video. And if you can, leave a super thank What's a super thank? It is a way that YouTube has made available for you to financially say thank you for creating this content and taking the time to do the research and show me this. And then you can simply send some shekels over to us over here to encourage us to keep doing the work. And I have a membership that's open for people who want to connect to talk, to get more content that is, essentially content that only members should get. So I plan on creating videos that will not be available to the public. They will be available only to my members, and we will have calls where we will talk. We will have a time where we can speak and connect at some level, and I would like to have that with you. A few of you have the interest of creating content just like I do, so that will be happening in the membership section, where you can ask me anything about creating content, and I can do my best to help you to do the same thing. Thank you so much for watching this, and let me know your thoughts in the comments section. Thank you so much for being supportive and for the comments that you've posted so far. Until next time, God bless you, and see you on the next one.